How are you, my dear students? Today, inshallah, we are going to complete our study for the second type of friendly letters, the advice letter. Last time we talked about the introduction. How can we write an introduction for the advice letter? Today we are going to talk about how can we write the body of this letter. How can we write the body of this letter? Before we move to this part of the body of this letter, so the advice letter. Let's revise together the introduction itself. We said for the introduction in a simple way, we can say, as you can see in front of you, it was lovely to hear from you this morning, but I was sorry to hear you are worried about, for example, your schoolwork. Have you remembered? Grade 8.
Yes.
Please, your cam must be on. Your cam must be on. I don't want photo, please. Your cam, please. Yusuf Rafat Ibrahim Walid. Who is Iyad Temer? Who is he?
Mr. Yusuf Tamir.
Yusuf Temer? Okay, Yusuf. Okay. And the previous part we talk about how can we write an introduction for the advice letter. Have you remembered? And we said that we can start with this beginning by saying it was lovely to get your letter, or it was great to hear from you. And we said we need to avoid using any apologize when we write this type of letter. Yes, am I right?
Yes,
Great, great. Why are you sleepy today? Am I
Yes,
right?
yes, you are right.
Okay. Now we are going to complete our explanation for this part for the body of advice letter. I'd like Muhammad Islam start reading, Muhammad.
Body of the letter.
Yes.
You have been asked to write a letter of advice to a friend who had to lose weight. What things do you know about his personal life that make him overweight? He loves chocolate. He hates exercise. He is a coach, but
Okay. A couch
potato.
potato. Yes. Do you know what I mean by couch potato?
No.
A couch potato is someone who is always sitting in front of the TV and having a dish of food in his hand. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Huh?
Begin
Continue.
by using personalizing phrases to show how well you know him and to remind him of your friendship.
Yes.
I
Our
know,
start for the body. Huh? I
I
know.
know how much you love chocolate, junk food, how
Or
addicted you are
or
to chocolate or junk food
yes, you
too,
can say I
how
know.
much you hate
Listen to me.
exercise.
You can say I know how addicted you are to junk food or to chocolate. I know how much you hate exercise. Any one of these sentences that you can start, or you can say, I know you are not exactly the world's most energetic person, or I know you are not exactly the world's smartest, or I know you are not exactly the world's healthiest eater person. Okay.
Yes.
So we have two ways to start our body for the advice letter. I can say I know. We can select for me, I advise you to select the one that has many words to increase your word when you write the advice letter. As we said, we need between 150 to 200 words. So select the one that is included for or includes for more than many words. Okay, I mean,
I
for
think
example,
they are all the same, mister.
no, I mean the number of words. You can say,
Yes,
for
I
example,
know, because however you write how addicted you are to junk food,
yes, the
this will
same
be the
is
most.
the same, yes, the same meaning, but the number of words will increase. If I say, I know how much you hate exercise, or how I know how much you hate exercise. I know what a coach potato you are. But for the first two, the first two sentences, I know how much you love chocolate. I know how much you love junk food. I know how addicted you are to this one. I think the number of words is more than the first one, if you count them. Yes, Muhammad?
Yes. Number
Okay.
two, the most one.
Yes, number two is how much you hate it. This is the one that has more than also vocabulary. And but also this one increase the number of words. If I say, I know you are not exactly the world's most energetic person. So I think this one would be better if you use. Yes,
Yes.
complete.
What three pieces of advice you can give to your friend? There are many possibilities. For example, give up chocolate, join a sports club, take up waking.
Yes, for the advice
Advice
phrase.
phrases. Advice phrases. Introduce your ideas with a selection from the following advice phrases. You could, you really should, you really ought to, you don't you, why don't you, how about, what about, have you thought of, plus
Yes,
the verb ing or
or
plus the
no.
noun.
Yes,
If I
or
were you, I had, I should,
I if I were you, I'd okay. If I
I'd,
were you, I'd, for example, if he is bottom weight, I can say, if I were you, I'd see a doctor. If I were you, I'd do or I do many
if I were
exercise
you,
routines.
I'd join sport club.
I joined sport club. Yes.
I
Or
should, I, sh-
yes,
I should
yes,
if I were you.
yes,
The best thing you can do is, and then complete. It
yes.
would be a good idea of you, but the best tense.
So I prefer to use this one that I put an arrow beside because it has many words, yes, more than
Yes,
the previous. But I think the best thing you can do is, for example, is to see as the doctor, is to see the doctor or to do
to go to the gym.
exercises, yes, or go to, yes, is to go to gym, yes, can be. Yes, complete.
Try to remember to, don't forget to, of thing. Whatever happens, try, or whatever happen, remember. Whatever happen, don't forget. Whatever you do, try. Whatever you do, remember. Whatever you don't forget, to.
Yes. Thanks, Muhammad, for this part. Thanks so much for reading.
Okay, Mr.
For this part, I prefer when you write your advice, start by using this sentence because of the number of the words. The number of words will help you to increase your the numbers of words when you write. You agree with me, grade 8?
Yes.
Yes, Mr.
Okay, so we
Yes,
can say
Mr.
the best thing you can do is, for example, to do exercise or to go to gym or to do sports or so on, as you like to commute to, or to give him advice, as it's the advice must be related to the topic, must be related to the topic, as we know when we start to write our new topic of today. Omar Ahmed,
Yes, Mr. Here.
yes, yes, Omar, complete, please, huh?
Try not to use the same phrase more than once. As you
Yes,
can see, there are many to choose from. As you
yeah,
have two or three pieces of advice only, that
yes,
means you
as
need
we
to.
agree together, as we agree together, don't list, yes. So he said, as you have to give 2 or 3 pieces of advice, not more. Okay. Yes, Omar. Huh.
That means you need to use only two or three of the advice phrases.
Yes. So we can, if we want to make a variety, we can select the best thing you can do is for the first advice, for example, or we can write it would be a good idea if you second phrase for advice, or we can the third one that we can use. I think what happens. Try to do sports or try to go to gym or try to do exercise. Okay, Omar, huh? Complete. Now
Yes,
how the
yes, Mr.
sentence, yes. Now how
Note
the
how the
sentence,
sentence builds up.
yes.
I know
Let's
you aren't.
start by the beginning of the introduction in the previous page. I know, yes, Omar, huh? Yes, Omar, I know. Omar,
Yes, Mr. Could you hear me now?
yes, huh?
Okay. I know you are not exactly the world's most energetic person, but if I were you, I'd take up walking.
Yes.
I know how much you love chocolate, but
Mister, can I read after Omar?
Oh, your name is your
Yusuf
name.
Tam.
Okay, Yusuf. Okay.
but have you thought of cutting down on junk food? I know you are addicted to junk food, but you really ought to give it up.
Yes.
When
Indeed.
making your suggestions, it makes sense.
Suggestion, when making your suggestion, it makes sense of the first piece of advice to be introduced like this. Yes, the best thing,
The best or
the
the
most
most important
important.
thing you can do is
Yes.
thing
And
you
for the
can do
last piece, yes.
for the last piece of advice to be introduced like this. Whatever happens, try, remember, don't forget to.
So as I
Whatever you
told
do,
you,
try, remember.
yes. As I told you, I select the one that has many words, yes? It is the
Yes,
same here. The best thing that you can do, or the most important thing that you can do. And for the last piece of advice, or the second advice, whatever happens,
whatever.
try to, for example, try to do sports, or whatever you do, or whatever you remember. Oh, sorry, whatever happens, try to, or remember to, or don't forget to, for example, don't forget to do exercise every day. Okay. For the three pieces, yes, complete on the three pieces of
The
advice.
three pieces of advice you want to give your friend could be written as follows. The
Yes,
best thing you can do is to take up walking. It would
yes,
be a good idea. If you gave up chocolate, whatever happens, try to join a sports club.
yes. These are the three pieces of advice that are related to the same topic. The one who put on weight, and we want to advise him to be fit. So I can say the best thing you can do is to take up walking. As a second advice, it would be a good idea if you give up chocolate. And the third one, what happens? Try to join a sports club. So I said for us, keep it simple. Keep your advice very simple. How? Yes, Summer.
Keep it simple. When actually giving advice, simplicity is the key.
Simplicity, simplicity, simplicity
Simplicity,
is the key.
simplicity is the key. Simplicity is the key. Be sure not to turn your letter into a biology lecture, especially if the topic is health, sport, smoking, the environment, or any other topics most students will have learned at school. Whatever the
Yes.
problem is, reference to adipose tissue, gaseous exchange.
Adipose tissue, what does it mean? Do you know?
Really no, I don't exactly know.
Adipose tissue problems that are related to fats in the body.
Okay,
Okay.
yes. Gaseous exchange or eutrophication and the catalytic converters.
Eutrophication and the catalytic
And catalytic
converts.
converters are
Yes.
out of place and quite wrong here. Look at the following examples to see how simple the advice you gave should be.
Thanks so much,
Number one,
Omar.
advice phrase.
That's Omar. That's enough for you. Thanks so much. Yusuf Tamer. Yes, Yusuf. Yusuf Tamer.
Yes, Mister.
Yes. Can you turn on your cam, please, Yusuf?
Mister, his cam is on.
I don't know who is Yusuf Tamer. I think
I read from where?
I didn't teach for him before.
He's the one who's
Yet, Tamer?
Yes.
Yes.
He closed.
Your cam is Yusuf, huh? I'd like to recognize
Yes,
you.
Mister.
Huh? It doesn't work, Yusuf.
Yes.
Complete reading. Look at, Yes, it's okay now.
When actually giving advice, simplicity
No,
is the
Yusuf.
key. Be
Yusuf,
sure not to turn your
Yusuf.
letter into a biology.
Yusuf, can you hear me?
Yes.
Start from here.
Yes.
Look at the following examples. This one. Okay.
And satellite. Converts are out of place and quite wrong here. Look at the following
Yusuf, please
example to
listen to
see
me.
how simple the
Yusuf,
advice you give should be.
Yusuf, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, please read from the first advice phrase. Advice phrase. You can see it. This one. Okay.
Advice phrase. Eat the right things. Give up, stop completely. Cut out, stop completely. Cut down on, reduce.
Reduce. This is the meaning of the word. Give up means stop
Stop
completely.
completely junk food.
Cut
Stop
out.
completely fast food. Reduce fast food.
Listen to me, Yusuf. This is the meaning of the word. Okay. Give up, stop completely. Cut out means also stop completely. Cut down on means reduce or decrease. Okay. So when we write, we can say give up junk food, cut out fast food, or cut out junk food, cut down on junk food. Okay, Yusuf, Tamir, read please. If I were,
If I were you, I'd cut down on junk food.
yes,
Whatever happens, try to cut. But chocolate, why don't you give
try
up
to
fast
cut,
food?
try
It
to
would
cut
be a
out,
good idea if you ate the
try,
right things.
listen, try to cut out chocolate. Okay, complete Yusuf.
Why you didn't give up fast food? It would be a good idea if you ate the right things.
Thanks so
Advice
much, Yusuf.
phrase.
Yusuf, thanks so much. Ahmad Abdullah. Someone has just joined. Whose name?
Mr. You can see it in the waiting
His name
rooms.
in the guard. I don't what he's following me.
Yes, Mr. Muhammad.
Muhammad Reda, yes.
Yes,
Why are you late, Muhammad?
because my telephone is يعني the
Your
charge is
mobile?
yes,
Okay, Muhammad. Okay, never mind.
the charge and the internet
Okay,
connection.
I understood your problem. Okay. Omar Ahmed, your number for the number of the class, how many?
34 students.
34?
Yes.
Do you know who is
But there
absent?
is about 3 are out of the school, so we are 31.
The 3 I know, Ahmed, Isam, and Zain Hader maybe?
And
And
time.
time.
And
Yes,
time.
yes, these are the 3 students.
So we are 31.
And Mr.
Some
Abbas is
people have
joining
two
with two accounts.
No, me,
Abbas
no,
with
no,
2
I'm one
accounts?
account.
Only one, Abbas,
No,
only
No, me,
account.
I'm one.
Yes, okay.
Some enter with 2 accounts.
Okay, please, if you know the one who's absent, Muhammad Islam. If you know the one who's absent in your class, I know that you know the students in your class, tell me. Also, Omar, you know the name of your class? Yes, Omar, the name of the students.
No, really, no one knows the absence.
In your class, Muhammad or Omar? Muhammad Islam?
Both.
In both?
Because we are one group. So, Mr. You can take a screenshot and then check it when you are free.
Okay.
But some people stay with their accounts and don't talk. Like you can call the people that are most often absent and
Yes,
just
yes, I do like that. Don't worry. Okay. But first, let me take a screen from the list. Okay. Now we can complete. Ahmed Abdullah. Ahmed Abdullah. Where is Ahmed Abdullah? Ahmed Abdullah. Okay, Ahmed, I understood your problem. Okay. Okay, Ahmed, no need. Okay, Abdurrahman Saad. Abdurrahman Saad.
Yes, Mister.
Yes, Abdurrahman. Can you
Yeah.
complete reading?
Okay. Advice
Advice.
phase.
Yes.
Two advice phase. Take up a sport, tennis.
Sport or
Do some
tennis?
sport.
Yes.
Do some sport. Do some exercise. Have you thought of taking up tennis? Why don't you do some sport? It would be a good idea if you did some exercise.
Yes. Advice 3. Advice 3.
Advice phrase, take
Hmm.
it easy, gently at first.
Take it
Don't
easy.
over
Listen, you can say take it easy at first or take it gently at
gently
first.
at first.
Okay. Yes.
Don't overdo it. Warm up. Do some warm up exercises.
Yes.
You you ought
You ought to do some warm up
you ought to
exercises.
do some warm up exercises. Whatever happened, don't forget to take it easy at first. Whatever you do,
Whatever.
don't over
Yes.
whatever you do, don't overdo it.
Yes.
Notice how the phrase don't overdo it changes. You really shouldn't overdo it. If I were you, I wouldn't overdo it. Try not to overdo it. Remember not to overdo it. Don't forget not to do over it.
So for this phrase overdo, we use it in the negative form. Okay. Have you remarked this part? Remarked it? We use it in the negative form. Take care of this point. If I use the phrase overdo, I must write it in the negative form. For example, you really shouldn't do overdo it. If I were you, I wouldn't to overdo it. Try not to overdo it. Remember not to overdo it. Don't forget not to overdo it. So overdo must come after the negative. I mean, I use this phrase in the negative form. Okay, grade 8.
Okay, Mr.
Yes,
Yeah, Mr.
after I give my friend advice, I must support this advice by giving him the reason. How can I support again? How can I support my idea? By giving the reason. So I'd like, thanks so much, Abdurrahman.
Mr.
Muhammad,
Hamza, can I read?
Muhammad
Yes,
Mustafa, who?
Sorry.
Abbas.
Huh?
Yes, Mr.
Mr.
Okay,
Can I
Muhammad
read again?
Mustafa. Muhammad
Yes.
Mustafa. Give the chance
Give
for
a
the other,
reason.
please, Muhammad Islam. Yes.
Okay.
Give a reason. Finally, you needed to give your friend a reason for carrying out your device.
Yes. To
Mr.
achieve your advice, to achieve your advice or
Advice.
carrying out your advice. In
In
other
other
words,
words, you need to support your ideas in order to make them acceptable to your friend. Advice
yes.
phrase plus idea. Have you thought of plus noun or verb plus ing?
How can you support the idea? I can say it will help or you or it will make you. Okay.
Okay.
Let's read how can we say our advice. Start please.
Note
I
how the sentence builds up. I
yes.
know you are not the world's most energetic person, but have you thought of taking up walking? I'll make you
It will make you
it will make you feel fitter.
fitter.
The
Support
support
phrases.
should also be very simple.
Yes. How?
It will help you feel fitter, make you feel better.
Or it will make you feel better, or it will do you good,
You
or
good.
it will
It
be
will be good for
good
you.
for you.
It will
It will
help
help
you
you.
lose weight.
It will
It
help
will help
you
you keep
keep fit.
fit in shape.
It will help you keep
Keep
in
fit in
shape.
shape.
Huh?
It will give you more energy. It will help you get rid
Get rid of.
that spare tire of yours.
Huh?
It will help you tone up with flabby muscles of yours.
Yes. Huh? It will help you.
It will help you meet people with the same interests as you.
Huh?
It will be a good way to get to know people. Why don't you join a sports club? It will tone up with those flabby muscles of yours and be a good way to get to know people too.
Yes.
What about taking up tennis? It will do you good and help you keep in shape at the same time. Identify the good points and the
That's
problems.
enough, Muhammad Mustafa. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Amgad Firas. Amgad.
Mr.
Amgad.
Abbas, can I read after Amjad?
No, I don't ask him to read because has just joined. Amgad Firas.
Yes, Mr. Yes.
Yes, what's the problem? Why are you late?
No, Mr. I'm not late. I was here, but my network let me out, so
And also, okay. And also Galal Ahmed, the same problem, Galal?
Yes.
Okay, Galal. Now
Mister will have writing homework today.
not homework, classwork also, okay?
Okay.
For conclusion, how can we write the conclusion of the advice letter? We can start by the correct way. We can say,
Mr.
yes, okay, Abbas, huh?
Mr.
Yes, from here, okay, no problem. As with descriptive letter, sorry.
Mr. I was reading with the mic closed.
Okay.
As with the scriptive letters, begin your conclusion with a generalization
and return to the topic in the introduction.
Introduction. Well,
Yes.
I hope this gives you some idea what to do about. Be positive and optimistic.
Don't write.
Don't write good luck.
Or I hope this
I
helps.
hope this helps.
It will not be acceptable. So what can we write?
Joining a sport clubs, cutting down on junk food. Work it for me or someone else. I'm sure it will work for you too.
Yes, or work for my sister. So it's bound to work for you too.
It's bound to work for you too.
Yes. Work for my brother.
I know it will work for you. Worked for my friend.
So as we can say for someone else, we can write to replace this one by universal, my sister, brother, friend, father, uncle, okay, aunt, as we wish, okay. Complete as with descriptive letters.
As with the descriptive letters, try to personalize again before you conclude the letter by showing your interest. This shows that your concern for your friend is not only while you write the letter. You want to be kept informed about this situation, and you also want to know if your advice has helped your friend in any way.
Okay, Khalid Mustafa. Yes, Khalid, raise your hand.
I want to read.
Okay, Khalid, thanks so much, Abbas.
Okay.
So this is our conclusion,
Yes, do write and let me know how you get on. Things go.
Or do write and let me know how things do. Or do write and let me know how it goes. I'd like to say something before the conclusion. It must be very short. Okay, your conclusion for the advice or for any friendly letter, it must be written in a brief way. It must be short. Okay, complete, Khalid, to
encourage your friend even more. Finish with friendly encouragement. I will be thinking of you.
Yes. Thanks so much for the sense for read with me today. I'd like from all of you now, start write question number 2. Question number 2. Khalid, read the question, please. Khalid Mustafa. Yes, read the question.
A friend of yours has moved away to a new area and is missing here. His school and
is missing. Listen, is missing here or he's, if I'm talking about a male or female, okay? School and friends,
And friends. Try to make her or him feel happier and suggest things that might
help her or him,
to enjoy her or his new life.
Yes, all of you now start to write your advice letter about this question. Start writing now, okay? At least finish the introduction, all of you. All of you at least try to write the introduction. But you are required to complete the letter, to write a complete letter, an advice letter, I mean, okay?
Mr. Write about question 2, right?
Yes, question 2. About a friend of yours has moved away to a new area. So there you will find different join a new school with new friends. How can you advise him? Okay, to be adapted with
Mr.
the
Will you
new
send
life.
this PDF?
And when you write, you mean?
No, you'll send this PDF now
This
or
bit,
no?
if you want to help from now on the screen, it's okay. But I send okay on the group, no problem. Okay.
Okay, Mr.
Mister, after we
Yes.
finish, send it on the group.
Yes, as a classwork, not a homework. Okay.
Okay.
And as I agree with you, for anything that you write, inshallah, as you come back to school, I'll correct them accurately, okay? But now I can't check. It will be difficult for me to use a mobile phone and read for checking. Yes, you agree with me?
Mr.
So
Do I type it on Word or notebook? Notebook, right?
notebook, yes, in the notebook. I think that you have homework of writing, but I'll make it for tomorrow, okay? Not today. Page 47 and 48 in the past paper. Have you received the past paper?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so do this homework if you can today. After tomorrow. Tomorrow. So okay, if you do it tomorrow, okay.
Mr. The
But today
homework
send
past
to me
papers
the
is tomorrow.
classwork. What?
The homework of past papers is tomorrow.
Yes, do it tomorrow, okay. So you have the time till Sunday to send this homework. Okay, but the classwork, try to finish it today. Okay. Now start to write, and if you finish, raise your hand, read what you have written. Yes, Hamza.
Mr. Write a complete letter or only an introduction?
You have the time to write the introduction, I think, because you have about 3 minutes, yes? So at least write the introduction, then complete the letter at all. Introduction, body, conclusion, okay?
Mr. Just can you bring us the introduction examples?
It's okay.
The first.
It's okay, my dear.
Thank you.
You're welcome. For this PDF file, you'll find on the group of the class. I send inshallah, plus the video.
Mister, for the homework, you want us to write a letter, Mister?
Yes, mister. This is not a homework. This is a classwork. Okay. Hamza.
Yes, Mister.
You asked for reading, but I didn't see the chatting room. Okay, I'm really sorry, but next time, inshallah, I ask for read, okay?
Okay, Mister.
Now write the letter and send on the group, okay? Finish the letter at all, send it at all on the group, not the introduction itself. All the letter, I mean. This is the final introduction, but I advise you to, what can you change in this introduction? He said here about your friends that went to a new school or a new area with new school and a new friend, yes? So the words that you can change here. He said, it was lovely to hear from you this morning, but I was sorry to hear you are worried about. You can change this one, worried about, for example, moving to a new area, okay? Don't worry, I know it's like because I was in the same boat last term or last year, okay? Is it simple now? Yes, simple for you now.
Make it about moving.
You change the problem and write.
Mister.
Yes.
Yes, Mister. I finished that introduction.
Yes. Can you read?
Yes. It was great to get your letter yesterday, but I'm sorry to know that you have a trouble with moving to a new area.
Yes.
Don't worry. I know what it looks like because I was in the same boat 2 years ago.
Excellent, Omar. Excellent. Thanks so much, Omar.
Mr. Mia Abbas, I finished.
Yes, Abbas, huh?
Dear Zain, it was great to get your letter this morning, but I am so sad having for you having it hard going to a new school. Don't worry, because I was in the same boat and I know how it feels.
Excellent, Abbas. Yes. Who else?
Mr. Mimos,
Yes, once, huh?
it was great to get your letter yesterday, but I'm sorry to hear that you have trouble making new friends. Don't worry, as was in the same boat last year.
I was in the same boat last year. Excellent, yes, well done. So this introduction will help you to do to write the advice letter. Okay, I mean the introduction of the advice letter. How anyone else? Hamza?
Me, Mr. Is from.
Okay, Hamza at first.
Yes, Mr.
Sorry. Yes, can you read what you have written?
Okay, Mr. Dear Ahmed, hi, how are you? I hope you are fine. I'm sorry for hearing that you are upset for moving to a new city. Don't worry, I was at the same situation. I will complete. I
Hamza,
didn't
can you
finish
listen
it.
to me? Can you listen to me?
Yes, Mr.
We have a model example for writing in the introduction for the advice letter. Yes, that you can see it. It was lovely to
Yes.
hear from you, or it was great to get your letter, for example, yesterday. Yes, Hamza?
Yes.
So please use this introduction. It will be simple for you. Okay? For the
Okay.
advice letter, I mean, for the advice letter. So
Okay.
can you change and read again?
Okay.
Yes, Yusuf Rafat? Huh?
Can I after Yusuf Rafat?
I'm good. Okay, after Yusuf. Okay.
Dear Ali, it was lovely to hear from you this morning, but I was sorry to hear you are worried about going to a new area. Don't worry, I know what it's like because I was in the same boat last year.
Excellent, Yusuf. I'm good. Sorry, for our session, it's finished. Our session finished. Okay, I'm good. Okay, you can read. You have the chance, huh?
It was great to hear from you this letter, the letter this morning. But I was sorry to hear you are worried about friends.
Again, please. Again, what you say?
It was greatly to get your letter.
It was great. It was great to get your letter. Huh?
This morning, but I was sorry to hear you are worried about friends in the school. Don't worry, I know what it's like because I was in the same boat.
Excellent, Amjad.
Mr.
Yusuf,
Can you read mine fast, Mr.?
who?
Me, Mr. I am Adnan, Mr.
Yes, Adnan. Okay. Idris is here or no? Idris. Okay, Adnan. Yes.
Yes, I am here.
Yeah, dear
Okay.
Muhammad, it was great getting your letter, but I am sad to hear that you had difficulty moving to a new school.
Please, Adnan, don't say sad, okay? Use the word sorry, the same meaning, okay? It's better if you say I was sorry. Okay?
Okay, Mr. But I am sorry to hear that you had some difficulty moving to a new school, but don't worry, I had the same issue when I moved to a new school.
Yes, or you can say I was in the same boat. Yes. Excellent, Adnan. Well done.
Can I read mine?
But I'd like to say for this problem, our session finished, okay? But I am with you if you want. Huh? I have another session that will start with grade 6, but okay, I'm with you. Yes, can read. Who are you? Huh? Who is reading?
Yes, Mr.
Abdurrahman. Yes, Abdurrahman. Okay, will be the last one for reading. Yes. Huh?
Okay.
Read what you have written.
It was lovely to hear from you this morning, but I was sorry to hear you're worried about moving to a new area. Don't worry, I know how you feel because I was in the same situation last year.
No need to write in the same boat, okay? Same boat, it means the same situation, okay? But
Okay,
when we write, we would like to be a professional, so we can say I was in the same boat, okay? But I'd like to thank you so much, Abdurrahman Hassan. Well done, Abdurrahman. I will stop for this part today. Tomorrow, inshallah, we are going to explain a new type of letters. It will be, I think, the descriptive letter, okay? Sorry, the narrative letter, okay? Thanks so much, grade 8, for listening, and goodbye.